Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this live chat. Welcome to this live session. So, unfortunately, a lot of people, or well, nobody's here, and this is already 1 minute through the live session, and nobody is here, unfortunately. But I'm just going to go ahead, regardless. For those who are going to be watching the replay, so I'm just going to, go through some things, some common questions that people ask me all the time, right? So that when you get to watch the replay, hopefully you would get. So, what questions that I get a lot, when it comes to Facebook ads is how do I target the right audience, right? How to target the right audience. So, the first thing you need to do, to get the right targeting is to understand your brand, right? So, understand your brand and also understand your offer. So, it's actually very possible to be running a business and you don't even understand, what you're actually doing, right? So, the first thing is, so for instance, for me, who always have to run ads for different businesses, one of the things that I ensure to do when anybody comes to me to say okay they want to run ads is to ensure that I understand their business or I understand their brand and their offer. So with this understanding, you will be able to then do what we call audience research. And this audience research is then going to help you create the perfect audience avatar, using any research tool, right? And one of the research tool I use these days is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT has been very helpful when it comes to audience research, and not just audience research. It also helps me in other aspect of researching for my Facebook ads as well. So let's take for instance, if you want to run an ad for, let's say, affiliate marketing, like say you're an affiliate marketer and you want to run ads to maybe get leads who are going to buy your product, and you don't exactly you don't have a lead magnet, for instance, right? You don't have a lead. So a lead magnet is that thing you're going to be using to attract the leads, right? And you don't have a lead magnet, so you're just going to want to run ads. You're just going to go there and then you want to run the ads to attract, you're just going to put out a message out there that won't really attract the ideal person you're going to be reaching out to, like the ideal people you really want to reach out to, right? But if you understand that okay, this is the lead magnet I want to use. For instance, a lot of affiliate marketers use free training, some of them use free webinars, some of them use free ebooks, right? So if you understand that okay, I want to give a free ebook, for instance, it will not help you to be okay. I want to give a free ebook on how to make money online. So you will know that okay, the people I'm actually looking to reach are people who want to make money online, right? So you will now know how to um, do your targeting properly to ensure that you're reaching people who actually want to make money online, people who are looking to make money online, right? So that's one of the most important things. You have to know that are indicative of these behaviors, right? Then another thing you want to, so you have to research to know their interest and behavior and all of that. So one of the tool that I mentioned that could actually help you to do your audience research is ChatGPT. So unfortunately I won't be able to show you how to do this because we are not going to be sharing our screens, right? So I'm not going to be sharing my screen, so you really may not get an overview of how to actually go about this, right? But then one of the things I usually do when I already understand a business or a brand and what they are really looking to promote is I go to ChatGPT and I give it a prep, right? I prep it on what, like I give it an idea of what the business is all about or what the brand is all about, and then I tell it to create an ideal audience for me that I can use to run ads on Meta that will be successful. And you would see ChatGPT would give you down of the behavioral interest and demographics that you can actually target on Facebook and Instagram based on what it thinks or what it believes is going to perform best. ChatGPT actually uses how do I put it now? It uses data, right? Or information that it has gathered, because it is actually I don't know the right word to use, but it had actually learned these things over time. So it doesn't just pour out information, right, just like that. So it actually gets this, like, it gives you the answer based on, you know intelligence that it already has. So whoever it is that is, you get to pay. Is to ensure that your ad creatives are, quite engaging. So if you have ad creatives, by ad creatives I mean your your video or the flyer you're using and the copy, right? So that's the copy is the advert script, right? You want to ensure that those things are actually created to be very engaging. So if those things are engaging and the people you are looking to target are interested in those things and they are taking actions, you're going to be getting, low cost per lead, right? And then you must ensure that the copy is calls attention, like the first line of your copy, which people actually see. Because when you're going through ads, when you see ads on Facebook, the first thing you actually see is the headline, right? You don't actually get to see the entire script. But if the first line is actually attractive, like if it calls people in, they would actually go through the entire script and see what you want them to do, and they would get to take the action you actually want them to take. Then another thing is, if you're going to be using a landing page, you want to ensure that the landing page is relevant to the ad, because there are some people that they are running ads to a landing page, and then the landing page is saying something different entirely from what the ad is. So if you're running Google ads and you do this, Google will not approve your ad. So you have to ensure that the landing page is relevant. And aside from being relevant, it must also be very engaging. And how do you make a landing page engaging? It is by ensuring that the copy that you're using, your landing page copy, is is relatable. People should be able to relate with the content. And that's why I'm very particular about using storytelling in whether my advert script or in a landing page copy, because stories that people can relate with can actually get people to take action. All right. Then one thing that you have to ensure to do is, if you can't actually do all of these things alone, you can actually give it to a professional. So if you can't create advert copies, you can hand over your job to somebody who is good in this area. If you can't design graphics, or if you can't do videos, you can hand over these tasks, including the landing page. You can hand over these tasks to somebody who is good at in this area, so that they can help you out, right? Then when it comes to Google Ads, so let's just go to Google Ads, and then we'll, I think, call this a D, because there is virtually nobody here. So I'm just doing this so that in case you get to watch the replay, you would get one or two things. So when you want to run Google Ads, the first thing you need is a Google Ads account. And so long as you have a Gmail account, you can actually, get a Google Ads account, right? So your Google Ads account is also going to work for you, whether you want to run Google search ads or YouTube ads. So YouTube ads is for videos, right? So you want to create video ads. That is where it is YouTube that you actually get to do that. But if you want to create those ads that people see when they search Google, you get to do that using Google search and all that. Then another thing you need to do after creating your Google Ads account is to ensure that you create conversion tracking. So conversion tracking is what is going to help you track the results of your ad, like the results you're getting from your ads, like the number of leads or the number of sales. Your conversion tracking is going to help you do all that. So for Facebook ads, it is called pixels, right? So the pixel is what you would install on your website to be able to track the actions that people are taking, right? So for instance, if somebody clicks on the button on your website, with conversion tracking or with the Facebook pixel, you should be able to know the number of people that have actually taken that particular action, right? Then for Google Ads, you need a website, right? Except you're running an ad that will just get people to call you, like maybe phone call ads, you will need a landing page to run Google Ads, right? So you need to have a website, or you can use any third-party website like system.io or even card.co, right? Then what else? So I think I'm seeing 3 people here. So I don't know if they can hear me, but let me know if you can hear me. You can use the chat. I'm seeing 5 people. So we can use the chat to maybe ask a question, or you can maybe try to speak so that I would know that we can hear me. Okay, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for coming. So I don't know if we can actually speak, but if you have any question, all right. All right, thank you very much. So if you have any question, please you can ask. So I've actually been saying a whole lot when nobody was actually here. So with the hope that people will get to watch the replay and they'll learn one or two things, right? So if anybody has any question, they can ask. But I don't know if you can speak, like if you can actually speak, like say something. Okay. So, is it possible to run ads on a normal page, like a personal Facebook page? Yes, it's actually possible to do that. So, initially it was not possible, but recently Facebook now allows us to convert our personal pages into professional mode, right? So, if you have a professional account, if your Facebook page has been converted, or if your Facebook account has been converted to a professional account, you can actually boost posts there. So you can boost posts to get more followers, or you can even boost posts to get more engagement on your content. So yes, it's very, very possible. Any other question, Ma? Does anybody has any other question? Okay, so on the term creating funnels to convert leads, could you explain more on this? Okay, so a funnel is basically the process that strangers would go through, right, to become customers or to become buyers of your product, right? So typically a typical funnel that most people use to generate leads is, from the ad to a landing page, right? And then from the landing page to a WhatsApp account, right? So one of the first consideration you have to, ensure that you get people to actually convert through your funnel starts with the ad, right? So once you get everything right with your ad, the next thing you want to ensure is to create a landing page that is going to be that is also relevant to the ad that you're doing. So for instance, if you're like, let me use somebody who is selling an affiliate product, for instance. So if you're going to be selling an affiliate product on how to make money online, of course your funnel is also going to be, is also drive that conversation from the ad. So the funnel is going to be focusing on the lead magnets, and I'm using this because a lot of people who do that your funnel, which is your landing page, right? So your landing page, what they need to do to get that thing, right? So if like a landing page actually has different parts. So we have the intro, right, which is the headline, and we have the call to action, we have testimonials, we have maybe your about session, so that people can actually know about you, right? They would, the about, like your about you session would help them to know your credibility, in this area, and why people should actually, patronize you, or why they should actually attend your training. So your headline could be, it could be something like free training reviews. Then you go on to tell them the benefits of attending this training. Then you can put testimonials. If you have like testimonials of students you have trained in the past who have benefited from the training, you can put their testimonials there. Then the call to action button will now be, telling them when next they have to go to access that training. So for instance, a lot of people who run free trainings on WhatsApp, they put their WhatsApp, but they put their WhatsApp link, so that when somebody clicks on that WhatsApp when somebody clicks on that button on the landing page, it will now take them to the WhatsApp DM of whoever is going to be running the training. Then from the WhatsApp DM, if there's a group that people can join, they will now give them access to the group link so they can. So that's how a typical funnel works. So it's from the ad to a landing page and then to WhatsApp. But then if you want to do from your ad to WhatsApp directly, that is, if you want to run a direct WhatsApp ad, then it will be from the ad to your WhatsApp. So that's the simple funnel, right? So basically the funnel is that step, right, that people would go through to become now to become that they will go through from being strangers to actually becoming maybe loyal customers, or buyers and all of those things. And it starts with ad, right? It starts from the ad. And if you're not running ads, then it starts from whatever content out, and that content can actually be on social media or anywhere, right? So I don't know if I've answered your question, but if it is not clear, you can still come through to me on WhatsApp and ask me. That will help you to understand more, right? All right, thank you. So your second question, is it possible to select your ad audience to be only quality people? Yes, it's actually very possible. So the reason why people get low quality leads sometimes is actually from their targeting, right? And Facebook's targeting is really very sophisticated, that you can actually target people to where they live, where they work, the type of work they do. All right, thank you very much. Leap over. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm answering my madam's question now, right? So yes, it is very, very possible. Where they work, the kind of work they do, the kind of things they are interested in, their age, and all of those. So the first thing you want to do to ensure that you're actually getting the right people is to understand your audience's interest, right? Understand their interest, understand their behavior, and understand their demographics. So with this, when you go to the ads manager, you would be able to sift out these people, to ensure that you're actually targeting the right people. So one of the things I like to do when I'm running ads that I really want to get quality leads, like let's say for instance, I want people to buy a particular product, right, that is quite expensive, like maybe a high ticket offer. One of the things I like to do is to ensure that the location I'm using is highly specified, right? So for instance, instead of targeting the entire Nigeria, which is one mistake that people usually do, instead of targeting the entire Nigeria, it is always better to target specific cities, right? And then you can now go further to target specific locations within the city. Because if you target the entire Nigeria, Facebook they are very good at that. They will go and be showing people your ads to people in Brno. They'll your ads to people in Sambisa Forest because they are Nigerian, right? So that's why it's better to target specific locations. So for instance, if I want people to see an ad for maybe a land, like people do real estate, right? Their own targeting is usually very specific because it is a location specific kind of ad, because the land might actually be in a particular location. So they decide to target people in Lagos, but within specific locations in Lagos, like maybe Victoria Island, Banana Island, places that there are rich people there. And you're not going to be targeting people in Ojodu Beggar because of course that they may not actually be able to afford all right. So so if you see people from Sambisa Forest, so that's why it's better to it's always good to know the people you really want to target and the kind of things they are really interested in, right? So for instance, if I'm selling land now and the location of the land is Lagos or maybe an estate, I'll be looking to target people in highbrow area in Lagos, and then there are also interest, and Facebook actually know all of this, right? So it's just for you to fish out those interests and those behaviors. For instance, Facebook actually has the data of people who are frequent international travelers, right? Facebook has it's like my network is bad. Oh. Can you still hear me? All right. So for instance, Facebook actually has the data of people that are frequent international travelers, right? Facebook also has data of people that, okay, all right, thank you. Facebook also has data of people that are first class travelers, people that are business class travelers, people that have bought something from Facebook in the last 9 days or even 30 days. They have all of those data. But if you don't know how to, all right, thank you. But if you don't know how to actually, use those behaviors and interests properly, you may actually be targeting the wrong set of people, right? So if you want to target people who are, likely to have the purchasing power to buy land, you'll be targeting this kind of people, like frequent international travelers. You can even target people that are Nigerians and are living in diaspora, right? You can target people that have a specific, that are earning within a specific amount of money, but then that interest is actually not available for in Nigeria. It's only available for people in the US, right? So you can actually target people that are earning within a specific range of salary. So Facebook's targeting system is really very sophisticated. So, but if you don't know how to do it, where you actually get it all wrong, right? And then sometimes also things, and you may still not get quality leads. And the reason is because sometimes people actually lie about a lot of things. Like, people lie about their data on Facebook. So for instance, it is very possible to run ads to target people that are within the age of 25 to 45, and you'll be seeing 18-year-olds. How does that happen, or why does that happen? It is actually because when people are signing up on Facebook, they lie about their age. Some people will tell you that they are 94 years old and they are just 18 years, right? So when you are not targeting people that are within the ages of let's say you're in your mind, you're targeting people that are within the ages of 25 to 40. You'll now be seeing 18 years old entering your DM. Like, it can be really annoying, trust me, right? And then there are some other times too that you think that, okay, you can also target people by the kind of device they are using. Like, you can target people that are using iPhone, the recent models of iPhone or these devices. But you can actually target those people thinking that, okay, yes, I'm actually targeting people that have money, because somebody that can afford the recent version of iPhone is actually a big boy. But unfortunately, you now be seeing people in your DM that, they don't really, like, they will even be begging you money in your DM, right? So it can get very, very annoying. So one of the things you can now do is to ensure that your copy, your ad, your people, right? So one of the things that people do is, when they run ads, they will now write a disclaimer that if you cannot afford this thing, don't don't click on the ad, right? So that it will scare off people that are not actually within that range that they are trying to target. And then another thing that you also need to do is to ensure that you're testing different things, right? So you don't just test one creative and then that is that. You have to test different things. Like, you have to test multi-part creative. Like, if you notice, sometimes when you go on Facebook, you would see that you've seen this particular ad before and the person used one particular flyer. But when you go on Facebook again, you might not notice that you're seeing a different flyer, but it's the same advertiser, right? So what you're trying to do is, you're trying to see which of these creative will resonate with people that you're actually looking to target, right? So that's how Facebook ads. So it is actually something you have to do over and over and over and then get to master it. So I hope I've answered that question. All right, thank you for joining. So there is another question here. Okay, so Glory says, if I have an account on Facebook and Instagram and want to run ads, do I have to run both ads differently, or I can run both at the same interval? You can actually run ads on Facebook or on Instagram at different times, right? So now both of them, they are different placements. So Facebook and Instagram are different placements on the Meta platform when it comes to ads, right? So you can either set Facebook as a placement, or you can set Instagram as a placement, or you can set both of them as the placements you want to run your ads to, right? Then there are sometimes also that people boost posts from each of these platforms individually. For instance, if you have an Instagram account, and professional Instagram account, you can boost that post from Instagram directly. All right, although it is really not very like, when you boost posts, it is just what it is, like it is just as the name implies, you're boosting it to actually get more visibility. So you may not actually get the result you're looking to see, right? One of the things with Facebook is that Facebook has different objectives, right? We have different advert objectives. So the objective that you actually select should actually align with your business goals, right? So can you still hear me? All right. So for instance, we have different objectives on Facebook, right? So we have the awareness objective, we have lead generation, we have sales, we have different objectives actually. So the objective that you select should align with your business goal, right? For instance, if you want to make sales and you're boosting your post, I'm sorry, but you will not get people that really, looking to buy. Do you understand? So you're better off using the sales objective, right? So it's also the same thing with most platforms. Allows you to run ads, allows you to run paid ads, right? So if you want to generate leads, you're better off using the lead generation objective, because what Facebook is going to do is it already has, this data, like it has gathered the data over time of people who love to engage with posts, people who love to, click on ads to become leads, people who love to buy things. Do you understand? So if you boost the post, you might only be seeing engagement, like people will just be telling you, well done, no, thank you. But they might not really buy. Do you understand? Although these days, I think that boost post has become sophisticated now, that you can also get people to send you messages on WhatsApp, right? But then most people who run ads will tell you that, most people who know how to run ads, they will tell you that they prefer to run their ads from the ads manager directly. So there are two different things. So it is when you're running ads from the ads manager, it is different from when you're boosting the post, right? So you can boost posts from either Facebook or Instagram directly, or you can run it from the ads manager. So it is usually better to run your ads from the ads manager. But just to answer your question, it is very possible to run the ads on these platforms separately. Yeah, so I hope I've answered your question. Okay, do I have any more question? You guys are not wishing me happy birthday. Sure, today is my birthday and nobody is saying happy birthday, eh? I know we've all wished me. We've all wished me on WhatsApp, but I just expected that you will be telling me happy birthday, even be singing birthday song for me. But it's all good. I'm not seeing any other question. All right, Glory. All right, I'm happy I've answered your question. So do I have any more question? I'm just going to wait for a while. This is 8:41. All right, thank you, sir. So do you have any question for us, sir? Thank you, my madam. Thank you. Okay, how do we pay for ads? Okay, so there are two ways you can actually pay for your ads, but it's one way that I really recommend, right? So you can pay for your ads through prepaid or postpaid. I don't know if you can. Okay, so you can pay for your ads using a prepaid or a postpaid ads account. So you know how we all have we use lights now in Nigeria, and it's either you're using the prepaid meter or postpaid. So the postpaid has to do with when maybe you live in a compound and NEPA will come maybe at the end of the month to come and ask you for money. Maybe I think that's how postpaid work. But with the prepaid, maybe you have a prepaid meter, and then you get to buy your light, right? So you get to buy your light, and then the light is reading. Then when the light finishes, you refund it again. So that's how Facebook prepaid ads work. So with the prepaid ads, right, with the prepaid ads accounts, you actually get to create either of these, right? So with the prepaid ads account, okay, I'll answer that shortly. So with the prepaid ads account, you can actually fund your ads. Like there's going to be money in your ads account, right? And then as you're running your ads, Facebook is deducting, you know, the funds on a daily basis to pay for your ads. While the postpaid ads account, you get to enter a payment method, right? So the payment method you're entering is going to be a card detail, right? So when you're creating your ad account, Facebook will tell you to enter your card details. So you're going to be entering your card number, your card CVV, the expiry date, and all of that. So when you enter that as a payment method, Facebook will be deducting the funds directly from your card. After you've gotten to a particular payment threshold, they'll be deducting the money. So that means that the fund that they are using to pay for that ads is not in your ads account, it is in your bank, right? But then since you have given Facebook access to that card, whenever they want to deduct money for your ad, they will now remove it from issues, because after a while, Facebook it will no longer be able to recognize that card detail that you put, and then they will just disable your account like that. A lot of people have this issue, right? So Facebook is no longer able to recognize your card, and I think it's actually an issue with the CBN, because sometimes too you're not able to use your card to make online payment. So this is actually related. But with the first option I talk about, which is the postpaid method, you can actually use a payment platform, PayU, right? So with PayU, you can pay for your ads, directly, right? So it makes everything really very simple, right? So those are the two ways you can actually pay, and the prepaid method works better because you can actually fund your ad a payment platform called PayU. All right, so I hope that answers your question. All right, so I have to run. Let me answer this last question and then we'll go. So how do you convert people who like your post to like your page, especially when you have invited them and they are yet to respond? So I think the only way you can actually get them to respond at this point might be to maybe enter their DM, right? Because the normal thing to actually engage with your page, right? When they engage with your page from an ad, you can actually tap on that engagement button, right? That would allow you to see all the people that have liked your page, followed, or maybe shared, and all of those. You can tap on it, and Facebook will now give you the option to invite them to like your page. But most times people don't respond. So one of the things you can do is to actually enter their DM and tell them, bros, how far? I invited you to like my page, but you don't liked it. What's going on? Right? That's one of the things you can actually do. But really, that can be stressful. Then another thing you can now do if you want to run an ad to actually get actual paid followers, and this is actually for Facebook alone, right? You can't do Instagram. One of the things you can actually do is to run a likes campaign, right? So a likes campaign is designed specifically to get you page followers or page likes, right? So this is another objective of Facebook ads that you can actually use to grow your Facebook page to get followers or likes, right? Now inviting people to maybe like your page from another ad that is using another ad objective, it's not going to help you achieve that overall objective of getting page followers and all that. So it is only when you run a likes campaign that Facebook will now show your ad to people within your audience who like to follow people, like, right? They like to, but that does not mean that they are not going to be reasonable people. They can be reasonable people, but then the ad is going to be shown specifically to people who Facebook have already known that these people were just show them ad like that they should like, they'll just be liking it, right? I hope that answers the question. Then when it comes to Instagram, you can actually run Instagram profile views to actually get followers. But then I noticed that for Instagram it is a bit difficult to actually get followers, because I don't know whether people used to hoard their following on Instagram. But then doing it continuously, like doing ad to get continuous profile visits, will actually boost your following on Instagram. Then another thing that can also help you get Instagram followers is to boost your post, right? So remember I said people to see it, and then sometimes also you can actually get sales from it or get leads from it or whatever your objective is, but that is not what it is specifically designed for. So that's why you have to ensure that you use the right objective for your ads at all times. Yes, likes campaign. All right. So this is where I'm going to be drawing the curtain. This is already 8:49. Thank you all for coming. I really, 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 really appreciate your presence here. Thank you for coming to will I say cheer me up? Thank you. And thank you for answering your questions. I'm happy that I'm able to answer. I just wanted to do this, right, as a way of giving back to the society. Right? So thank you very much for coming, and we will continue the conversation on WhatsApp. All right, thank you too. So we'll continue the conversation on WhatsApp, right? So you can also still ask me any question you have, and I'll be able to answer. All right. But then when the question crosses a particular, I love you too, ma. God bless you. Thank you for everything you do for me. Thank you. But then when the question crosses a particular threshold, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay, right? All right. Thank you very much, people. Thank you. So let's call it a bye.